Welcome to the show. It's Jeff.
Next topic.
Whoa.
Okay.
I was not ready for that. Let's talk about Korea.
Are you allowed beer in Korea?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know why I had to think about that.
Are you allowed internet in Korea?
Yes.
Mate,
We actually
Starcraft.
have the fastest internet in the world
Wow.
And you have the best gaming scene
for the
in Korea,
15th year running.
right? Wow. Well, they need
Why
it for
don't
all
you
the
just go back
StarCraft,
there?
right?
Can't handle the lag.
Yeah, seriously.
So, before we start, I want to hear Ali try to say this name.
It's Park Geun-hye.
Oh, that's good.
Wow.
Wow.
How long did you
So
practice that for?
Yay Chen, when you research the topics that are other people's, you tend to learn how to say things that are
What's
the main part
what's
of it.
research? So, Park Geun-hye was the former president of South Korea.
Ooh.
Fun fact,
Tell me.
they have a president and a prime minister. How weird is
As
that?
does Sri
Lots of
Lanka.
people have that.
All countries that have presidents have,
As a Sri Lankan, John,
Prime ministers.
why do they have both?
except America.
It's.
A lot of
I
countries
feel
have
like I'm really letting him down right now.
You don't know? Come on, Jono.
Do you know why Korea has?
A lot of countries do.
A lot of countries.
It seems like one of them will be useless, or are they both just tag team?
One of them's a lot less useful.
I think it's like president and vice president.
I know, like, the president of Germany doesn't do much. It's the chancellor who's in charge.
That's right. Angela Merkel.
Yeah. No one really cares who the president is.
Funky,
Great. So she got impeached,
which is huge.
Devo.
which is a big deal because it is the first time this has happened
Ooh,
Wow.
in South Korea.
in South Korea, which is a very big deal. And
To a democratically elected official.
exactly.
First
Since-
democratically elected.
Basically, since we went from dictatorship to what do you call the other one? Democracy.
Democracy.
Democracy. So, I'm not a big fan of it, so I don't know what it's called.
You're not a big fan of democracy.
Nah, it's not very good.
How recent did that happen from dictatorship?
Oh, I wrote
I
an
think
essay about this.
I think it was the 50s.
Oh, so not too long.
Yeah, about 50 years, I guess.
Yeah, give or take.
But this is a big deal. So a lot of people have been protesting to bring her down.
Yeah, down with
week
Park.
after week after week, and eventually they passed it in the parliament. And on Friday, they passed it in the federal court.
What's
which
wrong
means,
with her?
What's a problem?
Why do we need her gone?
Here's the problem. It goes way back to the 70s.
Take me back.
In the 70s, her dad,
How old is this woman?
Park,
Ah, okay. Chan Wook?
Frick, I don't know his name.
He's an actor.
President Park.
We'll just call him Park Senior for now.
Park Chi-ho.
Parksy.
No, are you just making things up?
Park Kim Song.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that. Her dad was the president.
Right.
But president turned into dictator. He was like a military dictator who sort of
Kind of like someone else.
Kim Jong.
Yep.
Yep.
I thought you were going for Make America Great Again.
I was like, are you talking about Trump?
I was going to
or-
point at you, but I'm like, you're not a dictator. I'm not sure.
But
where this
he's
is
a
going.
fan
not,
of them.
not yet.
He's a fan.
Hey now.
So her dad was a dictator who controlled everything that he wanted and overstayed his welcome as the leader, and was he got assassinated.
So she's just following in her dad's footsteps, really.
But the issue is he had an advisor, right? And his advisor was the leader of a cult.
A shaman.
Yep, a shaman cult,
What kind of cult?
They were shamans.
What does that mean?
Like witches.
like witchcraft, basically.
Voodoo.
So I don't want to assume devil, but what are they? Witchcrafting.
What do you mean? So they
Tell
believe that they are
Tell us their rituals.
So they are the connection between man and the spirit. So
Right.
they would like take your money and let
Make
you
your
have
potion?
let you have a conversation with your dead uncle
Ooh.
or
Like a seance.
yeah. They're like a that's what shaman is. They're like an what do you call it? An in between.
They summon the spirits.
Yeah. And so basically it was recently discovered that Park Geun-hye's advisor was her dad's advisor's daughter. So from
Jeez.
dads to daughters.
Generations.
One generation down. And the biggest thing that Park Geun-hye did that was, I guess, illegal was that she was showing her advisor all of confidential government documents,
That's not okay.
like recordings of meetings and seeking her counsel. And a lot of people in Korea believe that Park Geun-hye actually didn't really know what she was doing, but she was just being the puppet, as they say,
Ooh.
of this advisor.
Voodoo doll.
And what they also believe is that behind this advisor, she's actually controlled by a large conglomerate of companies
Of shaman.
Like
Of- also-
Samsung and stuff?
of Xiamen, but also more. There's a,
One of them was
Cause-
Samsung.
one of them
like
is Samsung, but
Samsung.
there's a conglomerate called Chaebol, and that's like just in Korea. And a lot of people don't know that they exist, but they control a lot of things behind the scenes.
Ooh, the Korean Illuminati.
And they have a hand in Samsung. They have a hand in Hyundai.
Kind of
They
like
have
those
a hand
big
in sort
5
of-
companies that own everything else.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like the Rothschilds.
Yep.
Those people. So the good thing is this week she's out. She is officially gone.
Has she been convicted?
She hasn't yet.
Has she been charged?
But they are launching investigations.
Didn't it just happen in court?
It
So
did happen
the
in court.
impeachment happened.
The impeachment happened in court, but people are obviously asking for her to be charged and trialed as well. But now we have 60 days to elect a new president.
Ooh, who's going to be the new president?
We don't know.
Do you think it's too long? Do you think 60 days is too long?
I don't
You
know. I
need
thought
a
it was
leader.
pretty quick.
Well,
like
that's-
for 2 months to pick
Yeah.
a new president, that's pretty quick.
Unless
But
you-
the guy who initially came up against her and lost the election is pretty much looks like he's going to win.
Oh, so are they holding an election?
in 60
they are.
days.
Oh, that's pretty.
They're saying that there might even be as many as 3 elections. I guess it's like a elimination round.
Best of 3.
Yeah.
First of
Something,
3 or
yeah.
best of 3?
First,
Like Hunger Games.
2 out of 3. Yeah,
It's like scissors, paper, rock.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
You have to play 3 games.
Yeah. Do
So-
you have to win by 2?
So the corporation stuff and the shaman stuff is separate, or it's the same thing?
It's sort of like separate, but all mixed in together at the same time.
Right.
It's all over the
Like
place.
she would probably be charged for both.
I think the biggest thing is just leaking documents.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you be charged for
confidential.
Can't do
talking
that.
to dead people? Is that a crime?
No, so that's not a crime. You can talk to dead people all you want, but it's a leaking of the information that's the biggest crime.
The classified documents.
Exactly,
It's always documents.
documents.
Mate,
Have you seen
Leaking of
Suits? It's all about the documents that you slam on the table.
I've seen WikiLeaks. It's all about documents.
That's right. But I have a question for you guys.
Oh, yes.
So after this happened, right, there were like thousands and thousands, probably hundreds of thousands of people in town hall outside watching a big screen of the ultimate decision, right? And basically when the decision was made that she is officially impeached and gone, a riot broke out because there's a lot of Park Geun-hye's fans as well as people that don't like her.
Probably cult people, right?
Probably, and crazy. Or mainly old. So people who were like sort of born in the 30s, 40s, 50s.
Right. So probably supporters of her dad.
Exactly.
Ooh.
Exactly.
Maybe there were spirits been summoned there.
Possibly.
Shivers.
Yeah.
There could be a zombie movie.
They could be
about
dead
this.
people. So they broke out in a riot. 2 people have been confirmed to have
I
been
think
killed.
3 now.
Oh, 3 have killed.
Far out.
Yep, 3.
Jeez.
3 people are dead. And yeah, it's a bit of a chaotic scenario at the moment in Korea.
What was your question? Didn't you say I have a
Sounds
question?
The
like
question
a
I
lot of
have
statements.
is okay, so this made me think, right? Because I think for myself, I look at it in the perspective of it's good that she's impeached because obviously I'm against what she stands for and sort of her political party.
And you're
Right on.
Korean. So
Right on.
And I am a Korean. But then when people riot or I guess protest the fact that she got impeached, my natural instinct is the decision has been made. You need to just live with it and move on. Right?
Like
and
this-
just
It's similar to Trump
Like the
in that
Trump
way, but the
protest.
opposite,
yeah,
right?
it's more I want to tell those people, hey, it's done. She's gone. Like, relax. But then the reason she got impeached was because people protested. Right?
Oh, right.
So in another sense, they could also say to people of my opinion,
Well, the actual reason she got impeached was because she actually did
'Cause-
commit the crimes, right?
But
That's
the-
the actual
But the thing-
reason.
but the
Korea.
investigation was
Yeah,
launched
yeah.
because of the protesting. So
Yeah.
I guess the question is like, how do you define when it is the right thing to do to protest against a decision that was made or to accept the fact and live with it?
Well, I think in Korea, like corruption is so prolific in the Korean, or in like the political history, right? So this is like a step forward, or this is new in Korea. So
Definitely.
obviously there's going to be massive backlash against it. But I think in terms of it being a step forward, it's not only just about the fact that there's this corruption and that was unnerving for the public, but I think there's also been this, I guess, this public perception that people that are wealthy, that are rich, that are powerful are above the law.
Yeah, that's right.
And this is really slamming that. And it's the first time. Is it the first time that someone in office has been impeached?
Yeah, first time.
It's a
ever.
relatively new democracy. So, of course, there's going to be so much rioting about it. And, you know, I think it's...
like you said, they're a pretty new democracy. And a big part of democracy is you vote for your leaders and you have free speech. And protesting is a part of that. So I think people who are protesting, it doesn't mean they just haven't accepted it. They're speaking their opinions, they're speaking their mind, and they're trying to be heard. And that's a massive part of democracy. Like, they have the right to protest, just like the people who wanted her gone had the right to protest. They were speaking their mind. Did they want a result? Yes. Did they want something? Yes. Because they weren't happy with something, so they let everybody know. Just like these people, they aren't happy with something and they let people know. What happens after that? Maybe people think about them, maybe people won't, but they've done their thing, they've spoken their mind, and that's a massive part of democracy.
Well, I mean, with that instability, though, like, that's why I guess I asked, you know, do you think 60 days is too long? Because with so much instability and then everything that's going on in terms of, like, just in that area, the instability, 60 days seems, but at the same time.
Well, when you're picking new people, like, you don't want to pick serial killers and you don't want to pick pedophiles. So you can't just throw someone in there and be like, let's make this person president.
Yeah, I think it's more like less than 60 days. I think would be too much of a...
I think it should be more like a year.
Yeah, honestly. That's what I thought as well. Because there is an acting president, like the prime minister.
It's not like there's a huge vacuum, right?
Yeah, the prime minister is now acting president until the new one comes into office.
Which is lucky they have that, seeing as this happened.
I think it's like a vice
I'm
president.
sure everyone has a fallback.
It's like a
Designated
survivor.
New episodes every week. What are you doing, Netflix?
Ridiculous.
Just put the whole season out.
I know, right? It's the only reason I like Netflix.
Yeah. Go protest about it. Just mix it up, guys. Do whatever you want.
How would you protest online?
Like Shia LaBeouf does it all the time. Just start a live stream of yourself 24 hours.
It is awesome in that it's a win for protesting, in terms of, like, protesting actually did something.
The people's voice were heard, and that's important.
Which is it should give hope to people protesting Trump that maybe he'll get impeached for something eventually, which he's got to, right?
Do you think?
Eventually.
No, I like him.
We got his tax returns. He paid his tax.
That's right.
How weird was that story?
Unlike Obama.
Not that weird, actually. He paid tax.
That's just actually
I mean, they picked such a weird specific year. Why was
2005?
it that year?
Maybe it's just the year they could get.
Like, if it had said, here's 20 years of him paying tax, like, okay.
That's why it's not that big a story.
Yeah.
Probably because it was the 1 year.
It's like, is this the year you paid tax to make it look like you paid tax for 20 years?
I didn't pay any tax in 2005.
You don't pay any tax ever.
That's true.
Sorry about him. He doesn't pay tax.
I don't know what taxes is.
I don't know what taxes he is. Now, I don't know why that was Texan.
I think it was
Anything more
Mexican.
Maybe I should go back and run for presidency.
What do you reckon? I wouldn't vote for you.
Wouldn't you? Why not?
Because you're not a Korean citizen.
Yes, I am.
Probably.
You are?
Oh, you? I am, yeah.
I wouldn't be able to
Really?
vote.
Do you have that dual citizenship going
No,
on?
I've just got one.
He's not Australian.
So you're not
he's
an
not-
Australian citizen?
No.
And you're not English.
Really?
Nope.
So,
What? There's only one left, Ali.
how do you work? Are you work visa?
No.
Oh, geez.
Some people believe that you should get the nickname Specky because all you do is speculate on things.
And you worked at Specsavers,
I used to work at Specsavers too.
Well, there you go.
Wow.
Jeez.
That's incredible.
That was a recommendation from a fan.
Was it?
Yeah.
Tell that fan to leave.
Okay. Stay, please.
If you're hating on Ye Chan, you're very welcome. Anything more?
Any more speculation?
Do you know why I think I would be a good president?
Yep.
Because when I go to UN...
To where?
UN?
It's not a place.
To the
So-
UN?
When I go to the UN... Yes, it is. I've been there. It's in Amsterdam. No, it's not. It's in...
The UN has many different
It's in
headquarters.
Austria.
But
UN.
sure.
I know what I'm talking
You said that
about.
like a UN
I'm going to go
official.
to UN on my world
That's a
tour.
very different place.
Yeah, good for you, spokeswoman. But if I went to the UN, I wouldn't need to wear one of those stupid interpreter things in my ear because I'd be able to speak English.
Well, you may, because if someone else is speaking in a different language, you'd have to use an interpreter.
I hate to agree with you.
I would know. I just came back from
I
China.
have to agree with John over.
She's got a point. What do I do?
You will only hear people talking in English, apparently.
Vote for me. I'll run.
I would not vote for you.
Yeah, anyway.
Not fit for presidency.
Can you speak Korean or understand Korean?
Yeah.
Actually?
Prove it.
Yep.
Prove it.
Can you say I am running for South Korean president?
No.
Yeah, you'd make a great president.
That was the worst speech.
How
I've ever heard.
is anyone going to vote for you?
Hello, everyone.
He would need a translation
No.
piece.
No, you won't need
everyone
to
else.
but everyone else.
Everyone else can get the translators.
No, we'll just change the language
How
to
very
English.
Trump of you.
Yeah.
So that's all for that.